guys, welcome back to Keek's Corner, and on today's video I wanted to share with you guys one of the first videos that I recorded for YouTube. Now this video is about relationship advice from a woman and a man's perspective. I did answer them in the way that I would handle the situations, or my honest opinion if someone asked me the question. Some of the questions, they were a little tricky to answer for myself, so feel free to comment down below on the way you would handle the situation. This video, I am a little bit more uncomfortable in front of the camera. Like I said, it's one of the first videos I recorded, and we did a kind of like a test run just to get me comfortable in front of the camera, to practice my speed, kind of just to get the ball rolling for YouTube pretty much. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I would love to hear your guys' advice that you would give someone. So here's the video. Hey guys, welcome to Keek's Corner. I'm Keeks, and today I'm going to be answering 10 questions about relationships.
Adam and Eve, better yet, she might be Juliet, I cannot see.
First one, what do you do when you want to break up with a guy but still want to be friends? I don't think that ever goes well. I guess that depends on your relationship with the person. I personally have not been friends with anyone that I have broken up with. But I do know some people that are still like really close with an ex, but they're obviously not as close as they were before they started dating. So I guess that really just depends on you guys. You guys know each other the best, so you guys would be the only ones to be able to figure that out. When is it a good time to tell them you want to be serious? Well, I guess pretty much every relationship has its own landmark to when you tell each other that it's at that point where you guys are officially a couple. I know personally, I just ask, I'm just like, so what are we? Or is this something you want to move forward in, like with just me? Or I don't know, there's a bunch of different ways you can go about it. But I would just be straightforward and just ask them and be like, hey, so is this a thing or is this not a thing? Just honestly, just ask them. Don't procrastinate on it, especially if it's something you want. All right, let's see. How do you know if a guy is into you? I don't think you ever really do. I have always had a real hard time reading guys, thinking that like they like me, because sometimes they just don't, or I just misread a situation. But then again, there are some guys that like actually like put their foot forward to show their interest in you and want to try like the hardest to make sure that like you feel special in a way. So if like you get that special feeling from a person, then I would just like follow through with it and then just see where it takes you. When is a good time to break up? When you want to. Simple as that. If you don't feel a certain way towards someone, or you're just in a bad relationship and it's toxic for the both of you, there's no reason to prolong it and make it worse for each of you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, in any way, shape, or form. So if you think it's a time to end it, then just end it. Is it okay to date a friend's dad?
No, nigga!
No. I mean, I've never met anyone who actually dated any of their friends' parent. I feel like that's just awkward and very uncomfortable. Like, how'd you feel if you walked into your house and then you just see your dad or your mom making out with like your friend in the living room? Like, that's, I don't really know. I mean, you have to be, I guess, really mature for that situation, but I don't think I can handle that. Is it okay to propose to a man? Shit, why not? Why can't you propose to a man? There is no rule in the book saying that you can't. just read the man first, because sometimes you can just take away his masculinity and you don't want to do that. But I don't see anything wrong with it. Is it okay to date a guy 10 years older than you? I guess that depends. I personally feel like you have to be like a mature female in order to handle that situation, and especially depending on the age. Even though, yeah, it's 10 years, but it's like if you're 20 and he's 30, like that type of thing. I feel like that would have to be a mature level for the younger person, but then also has to be like a very high understanding for the older person as well to be dating someone that's younger, you know? How do you know if a guy is into you or just wants the goods? He will either text you at 3 in the morning asking you to come over for the goods, or he'll text you at 3 in the afternoon and ask you on a lunch date. I don't know. Guys are tricky when it comes to that because they can send you mixed signals, and there are certain guys that will make you feel like that they want you not just for the goods, and then they get the goods and then never hear from it again. So, you know, I would feel that one out. If you feel like you're being used, then, I mean, don't go against your instincts.
Nope.
How do you know if the relationship is going anywhere? Every relationship has milestones. So you'll know if you're moving forward with someone or if you're just standing still. Nobody wants to stand still in a relationship. You always want to like progress as individuals and as a couple. If you guys aren't progressing and you guys are kind of just sitting around, staying still, and you guys aren't going anywhere, you can tell just by like certain things you accomplish together in a relationship, and like the motivation that you give the other person and the other person gives you as well. So that's kind of more of like an understanding and a motivation between the two in a relationship. How do you tell a guy you want to be more than friends? Just tell him. I mean, even if he denies you, at least you took a chance. When it comes to your feelings, when it comes to stuff like that, you don't want to miss an opportunity and then regret it later on down the line. If you feel like you guys have a connection and you guys had like that flirty situation and you think he feels it too, then I don't see why you can't just discuss it with one another. Because what if he feels the same way? Then boom. Then you guys can be taking those relationship milestones together. You guys can be accomplishing things and motivating each other. You guys never know. So why not just take a risk for it? Now to answer some questions from the guys.
Get the fuck out of here, Tommy.
You motherfucker! I almost had him!
How do you tell a girl you only want to fool around and nothing more? I mean, I feel like that shouldn't be too complicated, because not every female wants a relationship either. So I guess it also depends if you're sending out the wrong signals. Don't send out like a relationship signal. I would just kind of tell them straightforward, but don't be too harsh about it, because there are certain females that are very sensitive and you don't want them to feel like they're just the booty call. You know what I mean? Like if you just want to fool around, it's kind of like a friends with benefits thing. So kind of make it like they're benefiting from it too, you know? Yeah, I guess that's the best way I can answer that. How long is too long to be in a long distance relationship? A long distance relationship. Those can be tricky. I personally never been in one, but I feel like that's more of a trusting relationship. Like majority of the relationship is based on trust, because it's like if you guys are in a long distance relationship, it's like how do you know one or the other isn't doing stuff behind the other's back? You guys aren't really like around each other. That one's kind of hard. I don't really know how to answer that one. That was a good question. How do you know if she wants you to stay after? She kind of makes that very obvious. She kind of like cuddles you after or like falls asleep on you. She does it on purpose for you to stay. Or if like you get up after, she will literally ask you, where are you going? So that's also kind of like a signal, you know? But if you don't want to stay, you don't have to stay. But I feel like if she wants you to, I don't see what can go wrong. I mean, you're gonna probably wake up and have more fun anyway, so why not just spend the night? What do you say to a female that said she wouldn't catch feelings after she caught feelings? All right. Well, you did something, you know, right.
My nigga.
And I guess friends with benefits didn't work out very well in, you know, your plan book. You would have to sit her down and talk to her about that. Don't play it on. Don't pull her along farther, because that's wrong for her emotionally, and that's really wrong for you, like, as a man. You don't want to be known as the person that, like, drag someone along because you don't want to have a relationship with that female and she caught feelings. You need to make sure like you cut it off fast, so that way like she doesn't make it out more than it is. And then, you know, you don't want her to feel a certain way, and then, you know, that makes you feel a certain way about yourself. But sometimes it happens, like, and I can almost guarantee it happens to some guys out there too. Is it okay to date an ex's younger sister? What? No. That's awkward. Why, like, I don't even know how to answer that. Can she date your younger brother? Like, how would you feel about that? Like, I mean, maybe if she's mature enough about it and she's like, she don't care, your relationship was over, you guys weren't as serious. But I just think that's a whole weird family reunion mix-up drama situation that really could be avoided. Is it okay to sleep around with other women if the woman you want is leading you on? Well, you're not in a relationship, there's no dedication. She's obviously just keeping you around just so that way, like, when she's home alone because there's no one to be with her, like, she knows that you'll just run over and be there with her. Coming straight from the underground. So, I mean, live your life. Do whatever you want. You guys are in a relationship. Is it okay to have more than one girlfriend? I am personally a one-on-one person. I do not want to share my man with no one. But if you guys are in that open, polyamorous? I think that's what it is. Then do it up, but I don't know. I think that's weird. If my girlfriend cheated and never said anything, is it okay to cheat? No, it's never okay to cheat, regardless if you say things or not. It is bad either way. No. If a girl turns you down, is it okay to go out with her friend? She turned you down, then why not? Try it out. But then you're gonna notice that she's gonna try to get your attention because she realized, like, what's so special about her, you know what I mean? But fuck it, she turned you down, do it. If you find out your girlfriend dated one of your boys, is it okay to break up with her? I mean, if that's how you feel, if it makes you feel weird and it's just like a feeling and an emotion you don't want to deal with, why not? I mean, you know, I can get why it'd be weird, especially if like you see him often and you're with her. And I feel like that's just a weird connection that they have that really shouldn't be like a thing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that's wrong if you break up with her because she dated one of your boys, because I feel like that's just drama that is unnecessary and that could cause a lot of issues between you, your friend, and a female. So, you know, that's completely up to you and how you feel about the situation. Anything else? This is Keeks Corner. I'm Keeks. Thanks for tuning in while I answer your questions about relationships. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's video.
Alone, you on my mind when I think of you, I forget to breathe.
Well, I don't really know what to say.
This
So,
is Keeks
I
Corner.
got that part.
Then keep going.
Okay,
ready?
but I can't go after it.
And we are love.
All right.
Get out your eye.
I'm out of my eye. This is Keeks Corner. I'm Keeks. I answered all of your questions. Please like and subscribe. And I lost my train of thought after that.
Adam and Eve, better yet, she might be Juliet. I cannot seem to leave you alone. You on my mind when I think of you, I forget to breathe.